Hello, welcome to Creative Picks, your one-stop destination for everything entertainment related. If you are new here, please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you won't miss any of our future videos. Today we are reviewing the movie Argylle, so let's get to it. Rarely are duds as blatant and obvious as Argylle, the blockbuster about a spy novelist Bryce Dallas Howard, who is drawn into a real-life web of murder and espionage, was a flop even before it hit cinemas. Was it the gaudy, laugh-out-loud trailer that proved to be its undoing? The nebulous premise that seemed to think there was something interesting about the question who is the real Agent Argylle, the recent flimsy work of director Matthew Vaughan-King's man. Kingsman, The Golden Circle, perhaps all of the above. How much the film has flopped remains to be seen, of course. It grossed just $16 million, $12.7 million in the US, and was barely more than double that worldwide. Considering the 9-figure production budget and a marketing campaign that seemed to do nothing but follow you home and stones at your window, it's no wonder that some media outlets are already labelling Argylle a complete disaster. The Independent's 3-star review was far warmer than most. I, like many others, hated it. No one leaves Argylle with their head held high. Sam Rockwell shimmies through dull, slapstick action. Bryan Cranston and Catherine O'Hara are sleazy, unserious villains. John Cena, Dua Lipa, and Ariana DeBose have glorifying cameos. Only Samuel L. Jackson, perhaps Hollywood's most accomplished and unimpeachable Tuke redeemer, glides through the mayhem untroubled, like a greased sled on a deep, familiar groove. Howard gives Argylle the same drippy quality as Jurassic World. What's the opposite of Joey DeVivre? But for my money, it's Henry Cavill playing the imaginary embodiment of the fictional Agent Argylle. You need to worry about them. Cavill, sporting a gravity-defying action man haircut and an ugly luxury jacket, is very present in Argylle's marketing, although he's relatively absent from the film itself. He's never a fleshed-out character, but merely embodies the loose idea of a super spy. James Bond is sketched on a pub napkin. Over the last 10 years, Cavill's name has been repeatedly brought up in talks about Daniel Craig's successor as Seven, but Argylle feels he was right to seemingly avoid it. The portrayal could generously be described as knowing self-parody. Cavill's spy is stiff, smug, and as dry as a martini with nail varnish. But whether intentional or not, he's a pain in the arse to watch. During an early fight scene on a train, we see from the perspective of Ellie Conway Howard how Rockwell's character repeatedly transforms into Cavill back again as he brawls with thugs. It's a clunky gimmick for the fight scene, and one that shows just how little vigour Cavill has every time he appears on screen. It's like the temperature drops a few degrees. If his pretentious, too-perfect spy is a self-deprecating joke, then he's not as funny as, say, Reg Gen Page's pompous knight in Dungeons and Dragons or Ryan Gosling's self-absorbed Ken doll in Barbie. No, the character here is simply nothing and only seems to confirm Cavill's harshest critics. What's particularly worrying for Cavill is that Argylle appears at a time of palpable career uncertainty. The actor rose to fame in the late noughties with The Tudors, before going on to star as Superman in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel and more recently in the Netflix fantasy series The Witcher. In recent years, however, he has said goodbye to both of his favourite roles. Fans had speculated that he had given up the role of flaxen-haired Geralt in The Witcher in anticipation of new Superman episodes. In December 2022, he revealed that he had been unexpectedly dropped as Superman following a reorganization of studio management. Both The Witcher and DC Comics have a very dedicated, enthusiastic fan base. Cavill, a loud and proud Warhammer fanatic and all-round nerd, one of their own, so to speak. was a popular choice in both cases, and yet the critics' skepticism remained. We now know that Cavill, who is now 40 years old, is good at playing wooden and expressionless a supporting role in Missing Impossible. Fallout was similarly stiff, but can he loosen up without the safety net of a franchise beneath him? Cavill is at a point where he needs to prove his acting chops if he wants to make it as a film star. Argylle has nothing to prove.